Good morning, students. Welcome to today's lecture. In the last lecture, we discussed some examples on word problems in which we discussed the most important, that is two-digit numbers. Okay, where we saw the concept of unit digit and tens digit. Okay, after that, we did some questions of 2.4 exercise, and I gave you some homework also from that. Okay. In yesterday's doubt session, there was a doubt in exercise 2.3, which is question number 8. I have written the question over here. In this, we have to find the value of x. So you can see, this is the question. I have told you, when there is a variable on both the side, we try to bring both variables on one side and all the constants on other side. So in this case, what I have done is, I have taken this complete term 7x upon 15 towards left side. Here it was positive. When it came to left side, it came as negative. This plus 1 I have taken to right side. So here it was positive. Here it became negative. You can observe those people who were in their own country, I have done nothing to them. Only those who have left their place have got their signs changed. Okay. Sign change occurs when something from addition comes to this side or something in subtraction goes to that side. But something from multiplication to go to division, no sign change is there. Okay, kindly note that thing. Now, to solve this part, you can see 3 and 15 are the denominators. They are different. So first of all, we will make them same by taking LCM. LCM of 3 and 15 is 15. 3 5s are 15. 5 2x are 10x. Then we have minus sign, minus sign. 15 ones are 15, therefore 7x ones are 7x. 3 minus 1 is 2. Now 10 minus 7x is 3x upon 15 equal to 2. Finally, this 15 is in division. It will come here as multiplication. This 3 is in multiplication. This will come in division. Okay. So when you solve it, 3 5s are 15. Answer is x equal to 10. I want to tell you one more thing. If this sign, which is of multiplication right now, if this sign is of plus, in that case, I couldn't have cut these two. Okay? Because this is of multiplication sign, then only we can cut this. Okay? If it was of plus sign, first we need to add them and then only we can solve further. I hope you got this. Now, Now we will be discussing remaining questions of exercise 2.4, in which we have question number 7, which is based on cost price and selling price. So before taking that question, we have an opportunity to revise what we have already done in class 7, that is the concept of profit and loss. I hope you all remember the concept. Still, from my side, I am giving you the concept one more time. CP is cost price, the price at which we purchase something or something is bought. Similarly, selling price is at which something is sold. What is profit? Profit occurs when selling price is more than cost price. And the formula is very simple. If SP is more, that means SP equal to CP plus profit. Okay. Similarly, loss, when SP is less than CP, so SP is equal to CP minus loss. These two formulas only we have to understand, and we can find different formulas using these two only. Okay, if you remember these two formula, you can write any formula regarding profit, loss, CP or SP. It is very easy. Just by rearranging the terms, you can get different formulas. We will see how. Okay, now comes profit percent and loss percent. Suppose you know the value of profit, suppose you know the value of profit percent, and question is asking find the value of profit. What will you do? The formula is simple. Profit is equal to profit percent upon 100 into cost price. Similarly, if you want to find the value of loss, you can just do loss percent upon 100 into cost price. Suppose the reverse is given to you, that is, you know the profit value and they are asking profit percent. what will you do? You will find profit value upon CP into 100. Okay. Similarly, if you know loss value and question is asking loss percent, what will you do? Loss upon cost price into 100. Okay. Write down these formulas and try to remember because you have done it already in class 7th. Now, to understand the formulas in a better way, I have taken two examples, one of profit percent and one of loss percent. In the first example, cost price of an article is rupees 100, its selling price is 120. Question is asking whether it is a profit or loss and then find the percentage also. Okay, just compare these two. But you will get that SP is more than CP by how much? 20 rupees. So you can say there is a profit of rupees 20. Still, suppose you want to find this by a formula, profit value. Let's see how. We know the formula of SP is CP plus profit. Yes, it was the formula. But now we want the value of profit. So isolate profit on right side. Take CP to left side. We have got the formula of profit. Formula profit is SP minus CP. So 120 minus 100, that is 20, is profit. This is the value of profit. Question is asking profit percent. And I told you in the last slide that profit percent can be obtained by profit upon cost price multiplied by 100. Luckily, cost price is also 100. So put the value 20, that is value of profit, upon 100, that is cost price, into 100. These two are same and in between them a sign of multiplication. So these two will cancel each other and we get 20% profit. Okay. Now, next example of loss percent. Question is, if CP is 200 and SP is 180, find profit or loss percent. Please see. We know the formula of SP is CP minus loss also. We want value of loss. Okay, what can we do? We can take this loss from this side to that side to make it positive. Here it is negative. Here it becomes positive. Now we want formula of loss. So take SP to right side and we get the formula of loss as CP minus SP. So you can see, you have seen how I use a single formula to find different formulas. Okay, no issue. So finally, put in the value of CP, that is 200, SP 180. So there is a loss of rupees 20. Now we have found the value of loss. We will proceed to find percentage loss. Loss percentage formula is loss upon CP into 100%. Loss value is 20. CP is 200 into 100. So we can cut two zeros by two zeros. Then we have 20 upon 2. 2 tens are 20. So loss percent is 10%. I hope you got this. Now we are ready for the question. Now we will use that knowledge of cost price, selling price, profit loss in this question. Okay. Just see it carefully. Question is, Hassan buys two kinds of cloth materials for school uniforms. Shirt material that cost him rupees 50 per meter and trouser material that cost him 90 per meter. So the cost of 1 meter shirt material is 50 rupees. Therefore the cost of 2 meter will be 2 into 50, that is 100. Cost of 3 meter will be 3 into 50, 150, and so on. Similarly, the cost of trouser material is 90 per meter. So you can say it is, if 1 meter, he has to pay 90 rupees. For 2 meter, 2 into 90, that is 180. For 3 meters, 3 into 90 and so on. Okay, I hope you got this. Now, for every 3 meters of the shirt material, he buys 2 meter of trouser material. This statement will help us in assumption part. Kindly read it again. It is saying for every 3 meter of shirt material he buys. So whenever he buys 3 meter of shirt material, he buys 2 meter of trouser material. So if he buys 6 meter of shirt material, he will buy 4 meters of trouser material. If he buys 9 meter of this, he will buy 6 meter of this. So these two are in fixed ratio, that is 3:2. I hope you got this concept. This will help us in forming the assumption part. Okay. Again read. For every 3 meters of shirt material, he buys 2 meter of trouser material. Okay. Now see. First of all, I have written the given part, that is given to us CP of shirt material per meter is how much? 50 rupees. CP of trouser material per meter is how much? 90 rupees. This we have studied in the first two lines. Now, question is saying for every 3 meters of shirt material, he buys 2 meters of trouser. So we can say let material purchase for shirt as 3x. Why? Because the ratio is 3:2. If 3 for shirt, then 2 for trouser. So I wrote this on my side. Okay. I got this ratio from that statement. Okay. No confusion. Now we can assume from this ratio now that shirt material purchased is 3x. Then trouser material purchase is how much? 2x. Okay. Now we will find the cost price of shirt material and trouser material separately. Let's see. Cost price of shirt material for 3x meters will be given by 3x into 50, that is 150x. Now you must be thinking why I did this multiplication. Very simple. Suppose you buy 2 meter of shirt material. I told you you can get it by 2 into 50. Suppose you buy 3 meters, 3 into 50. Suppose you buy 4 meters, the cost will be 4 into 50. Suppose you buy 3x meters, therefore the cost is 3x into 50, that is rupees 150. X is the cost price of shirt material purchased. Similarly, cost price of trouser material, that is how many meters? 2x meters, it is 2x into 90. 290 is a 180 x. So we have got cost price of both the materials. Now let's continue with the question. Okay, it is saying he sells the material at 12% and 10% profit respectively. This respectively means that this 12% profit is coming for shirt and this 10% profit is coming for trouser, because this term is respectively. That means first profit is for shirt, second profit is for trouser. Okay. And finally, total sale is how much rupees? 36,600. Question is asking how much trouser material did he buy? Now see, after getting the cost price of shirt material and trouser material, what we can do is we can take the profit part. It is saying profit on shirt is 12%, on trouser it is 10%. Okay. And apart from this, given to us is total selling price is 36,600. Now, how this total selling price came? This total selling price came from selling price of shirt plus selling price of trouser. Okay. So we call this as our final equation. This equation we have to find the answer. Let's see how to form the equation. Okay. If you have any confusion in any assumption, I request you to rewind this video and see it again. Okay. Now, first we will find selling price of shirt. In that concept, I told you when it is a profit, the formula of SP is CP plus profit, and profit can be obtained by profit percentage by this formula, that is profit value is equal to profit percent upon 100 into CP. I gave you this formula in the concept only. Okay. Now, CP we all have found in the last slide as 150x. Yes. Plus profit value by this formula. We all know what is profit percent. It is given as 12% for shirt. That is why 12 upon 100 into CP. What is value of CP? Simple, 150x. Now I can cut this 0 and this 0 After this, 12 into 15 is 180 x upon 10. Again, these two zero will be cutting each other, and finally we will get 150x plus 18x, that is 168x as selling price of shirt. Okay, now selling price of trouser. Selling price of trouser, it is cost price plus profit again. Cost price of trouser is 180x. Profit, same formula, profit percent upon 100 into CP. Profit percent is given to us 10% for trouser upon 100 into 180. What I have done is this 0 is cancelled with this 0 with this 0. So it is 18x profit. Okay, add these two, what will we get? 198x. So we have obtained the selling price of trouser as well as selling price of shirt. Now we can put these two equations, sorry, these two value in the equation 1. So put in the value of SP shirt and SP trouser in equation 1. We all know equation 1 is SP total equal to SP shirt plus SP trouser. So 36,600 is equal to 168x plus 198x. Add these two, they become 366x. Now what will happen? To find the value of x, we will isolate the x. After covering, what we get? 366 is getting multiplied in x. So it will come in division. And you can see they are same numbers. So 366 hundreds are 366 hundred. So we have got the value of x as 100. So what was x? X was the variable, and we all knew shirt material was 3x. So 3 into 100, 300 meter, and trouser material was 2 into x, that is why it is 200 meter. I hope you got this. Please see it one more time. I know it is a little bit complex, but still if you see one more time, it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, now next question, question number 8 of this exercise. Half of herd of deer are grazing in field. There is a herd of deer they are talking about. So half of that herd is grazing in the field, and 3/4 of the remaining. So if half are grazing in the field, the half are left. Out of that half, 3/4 of the remaining are playing nearby, and the rest 9 are drinking water from the pond. So we have given three components of same group. One component is grazing in the field, second component is playing nearby, and third component is drinking water. So I hope you got it, that we can say total number of deer is equal to first component plus second component and third component. This is the idea of equation that I have in my mind to form the equation. Okay, with this let's move the question. It is asking find the number of deer in the herd. So first of all, let the number of deer in herd as x. I have assumed total number of deer as x. Now as per the question, first statement, which is saying half of a herd of deer are grazing in the field. So it is saying half of the herd is grazing. So it is half of total. So this is half into x. X ones are x. So it is x upon 2. The first component is x upon 2 deers. They all are grazing in the field. Now second component, 3/4 of the remaining, 3/4 of the remaining are playing nearby. Now we have to find 3/4 of the remaining deers. So if these many are grazing, how many are remaining? Let's find. We have to find this thing, 3/4 of remaining. Now what is remaining? Very easy. Total minus half, because this is only remaining one. So x, that is total, minus half, that is x upon 2. If you solve it, it becomes 2x minus x upon 2, which is again x upon 2. Very clear. If half are grazing, then half are left. So 3/4 of half left is this thing. So 3 into x is 3x, 4 to the 8. These many deers, that is the second component, what they are doing, they are playing nearby, and third component is the rest 9 are drinking water from the pond. So the third component is 9. So we have obtained three components of deers. You can say in the complete herd they made three groups. One group is of X by 2 members, they are grazing. Second group is of 3 by 8X members, they are playing, and 9 of them are drinking water. Now if you add these three, obviously the sum of these three components should be equal to how much? Total number of deers. Yes. Okay. Now see. So we can say total is equal to component 1 plus component 2 plus component 3. So you all know how to add these things. Just see, total is how much? X. So x, x, x. Three terms of x, one is constant. So we bring both the x terms to the left hand side as per the rule. Okay. So after bringing them here, what we can see, this x can be written as x upon 1. This is minus x upon 2 minus x upon 8. Take LCM of 1, 2 and 8. LCM is 8. 1 8 is 8. 8 x are 8x. 2 4 is 8. 4 x are minus 4x because negative sign is there. Similarly, 8 1s are 8. So 3x 1s are 3x is equal to 9. 8 minus 4 is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. So we have got only x upon 8 is equal to 9. So x equal to 9 into 8, that is 72 number of deer in the herd. I hope you got this. Now one example, reducing equation to simpler form. Very easy. I will not waste much of your time. What you have to do is just distribute this 3 below these two differently. Why? Simple. We have done question like this. If you have these fractions with same denominator, what will we do? We take LCM of denominator and write like this. Similarly, if this is given, what I can do is I can write this 5 below 3x as well as 7 and write like this. This is called distributing the denominator. Okay. So let's see. What I have done, I have distributed the 3 below 6x as well as 1 like this. So I have got 6 upon 3x plus 1 upon 3 plus 1 is equal to x upon 6 minus 3 upon 6. After this, you can see this is the variable part and this is the variable part. Bring them together. See, this was positive here, it became negative. This 1 by 3 and 1 are constant. We will take them to right hand side. They become minus 1 by 3 and minus 1 by 1. Now just solve them and you will get the answer x equal to minus 1. This is easy, you can check. To verify, just take left hand side, put x equal to this value and take RHS, put x equal to this value. If the both are coming equal, that means you have got the correct answer. Okay. Similarly, this question is simple. What we have to do is, first we will solve the brackets. By distributive law, this will be same 5x. Minus 2 into 2x is minus 4x. Minus 2 into minus 7. Again, negative into negative is positive. So we have got plus 14. That is why I have written over here also y plus came. Okay. Is equal to 2 3s are 6x. 2 into minus 1 is minus 2 plus 7 by 2. Now you all know what we have to do. We will bring all the variable on one side and all the constant on other side. Okay. Already the class time is 24 minutes. So I will finish it over here only. I know you can solve it further and understand on your own. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.